It's almost Halloween, technically.
Yeah.
If you celebrate Halloween.
How many days? At least like 5 days.
6 5 days.
Yeah.
A week left. I am recording for the podcast. Get off. You and freaking Harry Styles. I swear to God. Here you go. Okay, don't. I'm recording. Don't. Bruno, go away. No.
Can't have shit in this house.
Can't have shit in my own room. See, this is why they need their own hard drives that work. Because all the movies, I'm the one torrenting them. Oh, no, sorry, I mean acquiring them by legal means.
Please.
I'm a very legal person.
One of our potential merch ideas is that piracy is hereditary. It just is what it is, bestie.
So, what are we talking about, SJ?
Certainly not what we've been talking about for
Not YouTube scandals? What are you talking about? They really are the worst neighbors in New York City. I remember the other day I watched a YouTube video. I was just full of his line deliveries. There's just something about Laszlo's line deliveries that scratches the itch.
Matt Berry is just like...
He's a treasure.
I don't know.
I need him to voice Garfield.
He should. I think it's just because, like, he's doing with his voice what Rowan Atkinson is doing with his, like, physical comedy. It just comes very naturally to him.
Okay, so we're talking about vampires. What's your favorite?
Which vampires?
The one from Staten Island. Why am I trying to do Matt Berry voice? It's not working.
It's the way I had to like make you specify because there are now 2 vampire series out that everyone's like obsessing with.
Interview with the Vampire? It fucks.
It does. It certainly does.
I was going into it skeptical because I was like, I don't know how well they'll like handle, especially Louis being a person of color, in that time period. But they did it really well, and I was like, okay. And then the relationship was good, and I was like, okay. So now I'm just here, waiting week per week to get fucked up emotionally.
I was genuinely surprised that they cast Riley Ritchie, a music artist that I know specifically just because I have anxiety and he has anxiety. It's really cool. And then suddenly he was on Interview with a Vampire and I'm like, you're gonna be gay, Riley Ritchie? And that's the only association I have with that series.
That's very fair. I feel like you'd like it. It's quite good. I was impressed with where they're taking it.
Everyone's shouting about how it's a toxic relationship or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, it is. The vampires.
Yeah, also, that's just like the premise of the relationship itself in the book and in the old movie. So, you can't complain about that. That's what it was gonna be.
Everyone Pikachu face, like, they're gonna be toxic? Bestie. Why are you even here?
Lou Stott has been toxic since, like, Anne Rice banned people from writing fan fiction about her books.
And okay, this is gonna be controversial, but I actually respect her for doing that.
No, I do. It's just really funny, because that whenever I think about Lou Stott, it inevitably brings up that incident.
No, it's because every single fan, especially the ones just touting AO3, the ones, the types, the fandom moms who are just like, ooh, Ayn Rice shakes fist at the sky or whatever the fuck.
No. Come on, guys.
They're always like that because it's like, why are you filing lawsuits against people writing shit about your character? And I'm like, dude, do you hear yourself?
Copyright law is a thing.
Intellectual property? ? I don't know her.
But did you see that the Interview with the Vampire account and the What We Do in the Shadows account were having
collab?
A low-key Twitter beef. But affectionate Twitter beef between the social media
it's the competitive wink wink nudge nudge Twitter beef.
Yes.
Which vampire show is more gay? in your opinion?
I still think it's What We Do in the Shadows. I'm sorry. They gotta gay it up even more. Come on, like Lustak is powerful, but Nadja and Laszlo just exist.
The pure pussy power.
The pure pussy power of Nadja and Laszlo. You know what? Yeah.
I do think it's because just because of like the utter campiness of Nadja's existence adds more queerness to What We Do in the Shadows than Interview with a Vampire.
Here's the thing. People always talk about Nandermo. No, Nadja and Laszlo is where it's at.
Exactly.
Where it's at. I'm sorry, Nandor does not serve Guillermo. No.
Go on, King, give us nothing.
Give us nothing. Especially after the newest season, I was like, I don't want them to end up together next season. I want to punch Nandor in the face.
I never wanted them ending up together. It was just really funny that
the thought.
Nandor, like, just kept denying the fact that he was somewhat attracted to this guy. That was what was hilarious to me.
Nandor, Harvey Guillen is hot. Why lie? Why lie?
Yeah, why lie? Did you see the Britney Spears cover?
Yes, I saw that this morning. I was
It is so hot.
I was like, oh my god. Let's go, Mr. Harvey.
The way that it popped up on my TL, and I was like, why am I allowed to see this? I had to set my eyes on this for free. Should I be paying somewhere?
He looks great, and I need him in more things. I would Harvey Guillen take over the universe era. Please.
I need a pinup calendar now.
Oh, please! You know, like the mailman calendar in The Good Place. Do one, but with Harvey Guillen. Okay, so back to vampires. Who's your favorite Staten Island vampire, SJ?
Oof. Probably Colin Robinson.
I'm
not gonna lie.
I was about to guess that
I'm not gonna lie.
Colin Robinson.
I love that fucking asshole so much. Like every single time. I hate you. But like every single time there's like an energy vampire episode, I delight in it. It's one of my favorite things.
I do like
when he got a girlfriend, that was the best thing.
That was also the energy vampire. And they were like hovering in the middle of the aisles, trying to suck
it was
each
so,
other's energy. So good.
It was so powerful.
Oh my god. For me, like, personally, my favorite season from What We Do in the Shadows so far is Season 2, which is where that energy vampire episode is.
Yeah.
Season 2 is my favorite because I really like Guillermo's journey in discovering he has Van Helsing DNA.
Yeah,
I really
and
like
his like continued denial of that.
My favorite episode is the one where him and the vampire hunting group go into the mansion, and at first he thinks it's gonna be their mansion, and he's like, "Oh, it's a normal house," and then
they go, man, and it's like,
bloodbath.
It honestly,
That's one of my favorite episodes of anything.
I'm just so confused by like the fandom reception of Guillermo being like the nice one.
Is he?
When he's such a bitch. He literally is like, he's like on like a little too young, but he's, you know, somewhat on par to becoming war criminal level, you know? He literally drags people into that house and they never come out, you know?
Bestie. There's a plot line in season 4 that fits in with what you're saying.
That's because my brain is large and wrinkly.
That plot line, I was like, anyone listening who has seen season 4, you know which plot line I'm talking about. I was like, you know what? No, he deserves to do that. Good for him.
Yeah. It's like that, it's like that Tumblr post that was allegedly written by God about how, you know, women can do anything. But it's Guillermo. Guillermo could do anything.
Guillermo can do anything.
But she murdered an entire country. It's like, yeah, and
you don't have
what
the
else?
facts.
You know?
We love him. He's allowed. He's allowed.
You don't have the facts. I love him. That sounds like a Romeo and Juliet line. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's the plot of Romeo and Juliet, SJ.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
My favorite vampire has to be Naja.
I respect it so much.
Why? It's like, are you gonna? I was like,
no, I'm just like I'm considering everything right now. I'm just thinking about her and her cute little hairstyles.
I love every whenever she changes hairstyle, it's a delight. Her outfits.
I know.
I love her. She's
literally.
She's like unhinged, but in the best way, and she's the smartest of them all.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a compliment.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Considering who she's with, I don't think that's actually an achievement. It's like saying na top 1 ako pero ikaw lang yung kaklase mo or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. I really like how they write Naja specifically as just someone who is like unapologetically a girl boss, but in the most toxic sense. I love that they like let her be that.
Yes.
And she is self-centered.
And in the 4th season, she actually has a club, and I'm not gonna go into detail about that, but she does open a club, which is very fun.
Hell yeah.
And also, my favorite thing, I remember when this episode came out, it was revealed that her favorite movie is Mamma Mia.
Nice.
So, like, there's one part in the episode, she's like, I know what we should do! We should watch Mamma Mia! And I was like,
so true.
I was like, oh, you know what?
They're doing...
I respect
the fact that I acknowledge that they did that gag because she is very, very Greek.
Yes.
And I know it's that, you know that Pinoy pride thing to yourself? There's like, every time you hear about the Philippines in some random movie, you're like, oh, just immediately you listen in. That's her that's her impulse right there. She should be in the 3rd Mamma Mia.
Yes!
I feel like she is required to be in it now.
She deserves it. I would like to see it. I think after the recent season, Nandor might be my least favorite because he's such a dick.
I mean, he always has been.
No, but even worse. He's gotten even worse.
I don't know how you think that's like a detraction for me, considering he has always been the worst. And him going downhill from there is not a bad thing to me. It just is like, I see a bicycle running down the hill, and you telling me that it's about to crash does not mean that I don't already know that is about to happen.
Oh my god.
I'm saying, I like the bike. It's about to crash? Yeah, I know. I like the bike. His direction does not concern me.
But yeah, no offense, Kevin, but yeah. I remember watching the season, I'm like, oh my god, the urge to punch Nandor in the face has never been stronger. Like, whenever
I have a very low...
Guillermo kicked his ass that season, I was like, keep going! Keep going!
He is allowed. You don't have the facts, I love him.
Yes.
No, see, Nandor, for the longest time...
He's a worsty!
He's always been, like, the worst of the vampires, specifically because he thinks he has all the answers to everything, and he doesn't, you know, like, and that whole, like, storyline of, like, them revealing that he ransacked not just village once...
Yes,
I think that should have been the line drawn on the sand of him being the worst. Yeah, so when you say that he gets worse, I'm just like, yeah, I know, it's Nandor. What do you think was gonna happen? You think he was gonna get character development in the positive side? No. The man's dead. He's not gonna keep growing.
Nandor being like, I can make him worse, but it's about himself.
Looking at the mirror like, I can make him worse.
Looking in the mirror. Oh my god.
I'm standing behind him like, I know.
Laszlo continues to be a delight, and I really like where he's going. Mm-hmm. Like, you really do see how much he cares about Colin Robinson as a friend.
Yeah.
And, like, just in general, I remember being like, oh my god, he's, like, the episode where Colin Robinson turns 100, is it 100?
Yeah.
Or is it 300? Yeah.
That was heavy.
That episode was like, oh my god. in my silly
Yeah.
vampire show?
And then when he died, it was actually kind of really sad. Considering that you're watching What We Do in the Shadows, that is a rare thing to happen.
Yeah.
Where you just feel genuinely sad. And then it gets ruined by, like, Colin Robinson's, like, skull caving in.
Oh my god, because
It's back to laughter. Yeah! That's what I'm saying. When you say he gets worse, I'm like, he already has been. I don't... It's just not a surprise to me.
Nander
But
getting
yeah.
worse and more at 7.
Yeah, Laszlo's character... The funny thing about the way they write these vampires, actually, is that they're all two-dimensional. Like, they keep adding layers, but there is no development happening. So I really like that everyone's...
I think it's funny.
Yeah, I really like it that everyone's just now realizing that Laszlo has always been, like, sort of, like, in the middle of this, like, this pseudo-family, even though they hate each other. He actually has chemistry with everyone in this household, even though, you know, sometimes he can be a dick, but, like, that's just him. Like, everyone in the house, every time Laszlo, like, fucks up once, they're like, yeah, it's Laszlo. Just live with it, you know? They can't get mad at him. I mean, look at him.
Look at him. Look at him.
He's just a guy.
I do really like the episode where he and Naja sing the songs at the club.
They're so cute.
They're so cute.
I genuinely, I think it's so sad that they finished production of season 4 before the Queen died.
Oh my god.
I feel like they could have made so many jokes.
I need jokes of that in the next season, please.
They need to do it. I'm not gonna be surprised if they don't, but they need to.
No, dude. Like, British, like, government rules are so weird when it comes to royals. It's so strange.
That. I think everyone in the world knows that.
It's so strange. God.
The Brits just be like that, dude.
But I always really like seeing... I think Laszlo has the strongest relationships with everyone on the show.
Yeah.
Like, interpersonally. I do want
and the
more
fact
of
that he
him
had
and
that
Guillermo.
Daytona episode.
I love... And I love...
The Jackie Daytona episode.
Yes, it's so... With Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Who apparently was such a huge fan of the show, and he was... The reason he also agreed was he was terrified the show would get cancelled, and he really liked the show.
Oh my god.
So he was out there, like, tweeting about it, and then when they went, do you want to come on the show? He's like, yes, please.
It's like Liam Neeson and Derry Girls.
Yes! Oh my god.
That's the vibe.
I remember when that episode came out, I was like, is that bloody Liam Neeson? There's like Liam Neeson in Derry
And
Girls.
what's this? Liam Neeson with a steel chair. But his involvement in that was actually pretty historically significant. Actually.
Yeah.
I really like that they did that and that he agreed to it.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw Matt Berry was actually in the IT crowd. And I remember being like, when I first started watching What We Do in the Shadows, I was like, where do I know this guy from? I've seen this guy before. And I went, oh shit, he's like the boss's greasy son in the IT crowd.
Greasy son.
I was like, damn, England really has 5 actors.
I had no idea who they were the moment it opened.
Damn.
I just really liked the dynamic. The chemistry was off the charts.
Off the charts.
Their lack of chemistry with Colin Robinson was part of the charm, which was really funny. And then eventually they built on that.
It's really weird to see the guy who plays Colin Robinson in other TV shows where he's acting like a normal human.
Yeah.
I'm like...
It's like, where's the joke? Where's the punchline?
I'm like, no, you're... Oh. So you're just a guy?
Yeah, you have a personality in this.
Oh my god.
No, what I really actually like about Colin Robinson's character is just that he literally just serves nothing in the household, apart from, like, the income. He's the only one earning an income in this house. Yeah, he's the breadwinner of the family. But no one likes him.
Except you.
No one in the family likes him.
Yes.
He literally, like, everyone hates him, and, like, I like the fact that they didn't have to like him. He was just there. He was just some guy, and then eventually he starts, like, joking around with them, and it's like, I was like, are you actually, like, instigating, like, a relationship here? Like, are you trying to make a friend? And then eventually when they started doing the
Laszlo.
the Laszlo friendship, I was just like, hell yes, finally.
It's delightful. Like, I really, really do love season 2, because that's when a lot of this shit takes place. Like, sometimes I'll just have it in the background.
Just remembering the car.
Yes!
They couldn't get out of the archives. It was so funny.
The casino episode as well. I freaking
The
love
surprise
the casino
in me
episode.
that Mabel Pines' VA was in the show.
Oh,
every time she pops up.
Yes,
yeah.
Kristen
Every
Shaw.
time she
She's
pops
also-
up in anything.
She's also in Bill Ted Face the Music. She's Rufus'
Yeah.
son. Good daughter. Sorry.
It's just really surprising to me every time she pops up in something, especially if it's like especially if it's like a raunchy comedy, like What We Do in the Shadows.
She's also in Our Flag Means Death, by the way, because I remember.
Yeah,
I did get to that point, and I was like, "Oh, hi, Kristen Shaw, you're here too."
I think it's just because they have her on roster, but like
That's fair.
I didn't really know her from stand-up comedy. I know she's from stand-up comedy because she's like, what's the word I'm looking for? She's in that like batch, that school year of like the stand-up comedians, and I only really knew her from Gravity Falls. So when she like pops up in raunchy comedies, I'm just like, Mabel Pines is saying the fuck the fuck word. Why is she doing this? Girls, hell.
Saying the fuck word. Oh, Gravity
And
Falls.
her role in What We Do in the Shadows is
I
really
love
funny.
her.
Every time she starts screaming at them, it's so funny to me.
I will say she develops like a really cute relationship with Nadja in the 4th season. That was delightful to watch. And I was like,
They
"Oh,
did tease that in
them."
like the end of the 3rd season, right?
Yeah. It's like,
They
I
were
need more of
they were
them.
gal pals.
Yes. I was like,
I need
more
there
of them.
eventually to be like an ex-girlfriend to Nadja.
Yes.
I need it to happen at some point.
Listen, if y'all think that Nadja and Laszlo are not like bi for bi or just generally queer for queer, I mean technically they already are, but like, come on,
Yeah.
look at them.
Unhinged pussy power. Nadja and Laszlo have the single aunts kind of like
They're the
vibe.
cool aunts who their parents ask them to babysit, and then they let you stay up all night eating candy.
the cool aunts without children.
Yes. Oh my god, if What We Do in the Shadows had crossed over with The Good Place, I would have died.
I don't know.
I
feel like the only person who would enjoy that would be Eleanor. Not
No,
even Jason would understand like what's going on half the time.
No, what I want to happen is they accidentally open a door, they stumble in for one sentence, and then they leave. They're like, what the hell is wrong with those guys?
I feel like I'm standing by that. Eleanor would be the only one who would enjoy that
Oh my God,
specifically because
Eleanor and Nadja
immediately, Nadja, Laszlo, and Eleanor would have a threesome, and then
Yes.
it's just over.
You're
Immediately,
absolutely
she would.
right, yes.
Yeah, no one else would enjoy that.
Now I'm just imagining because you know how Natasha Demetriou is really tall and Kristen Bell is really tiny.
Tiny, yeah. Please.
I'm just like, damn, wait. I was like,
The moment Nadja points that out, she's gonna be like, okay, sheesh. Starts cursing at Nadja. She's like, oh, I like this one.
not just like,
Oh
I
my
like
goodness.
this one. Can we bring this one back? I really
Are you
feel
flirting with me?
Yes.
I know Eleanor would be on that so
Yes,
fast. It's so
she
funny.
would. Oh my god, I really miss. Another character I really miss is the girl that Nadja turned in the 1st season, the one played by Beanie
Oh.
Feldstein.
Yeah.
I want her to come back. I want to see where she's at right now.
She's not dead, right?
No, she's not dead.
I'm trying to
She's
remember
not
if she
dead.
died. Okay.
Bring her back. I want to see her. What's going on with her? I want more Guillermo Nadja moments. I feel like I was set up.
That's what everyone wanted for the 4th season.
I wanted that so badly, and we didn't get it. But like, come on.
What even happened? I need you to give me the rundown of like what happened in the first episode of season 4.
Oh God, what did happen in the first episode of season 4? It's been a while.
Just like me asking you to give me the rundown of the first episode of season 4. What the fuck happened? Yeah.
So I think it. The vampire nightclub, but again, the house is falling apart literally in the episode. They're falling.
Is that a
through
reference
floors.
to anything?
I'm not sure. Well, the nightclub, I guess, is Blade.
Right? Yeah. Oh man.
She actually has
the
the
vampire
cameo as well.
Yeah. The media, like the vampire media cameo episode was really fun.
I really need that now that
the Daywalker.
Now, yes, I love that episode. Now that Interview with the Vampire exists, why not? You've got
Don't
them.
they have beef though?
No, that can be the joke.
They're not invited to the Vampire Council.
Yes, exactly. That can be the joke. Oh my god.
Does that mean that Constantine exists in What We Do in the Shadows?
Are you saying Keanu Reeves? What We Do in the Shadows
Keanu
cameo?
Reeves, Constantine. Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, he's filming the second one right now.
Just now! It's been years!
Yeah, no, because here's the thing. Constantine wasn't well received in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like flopped because people had like the weird hate boner for Keanu Reeves in general in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
But like, now that there's been like a resurgence, especially after Sandman, there's been a resurgence in interest in Constantine. So now people are like, oh yeah,
my
Keanu,
parents
come
love
back,
that movie to death.
I do really like that movie. There's
it was the first movie. I think it was the movie that taught me how to that using your middle finger is a bad thing.
Because of the part where he's going up to heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents were like, "Don't do that." I'm like, "Why?" I think it would be fair for a Keanu.
I would like a Keanu
cameo.
I would
in
like a
What We
cameo.
Do in the Shadows.
I would like to see it.
I want I want something going on with. I don't need it to be romantic. I just need there to be something going on between him and Guillermo, specifically because of the vampire hunting. I don't care if it's like stupid romantic tension, sexual tension. I don't care.
You know what it should be like? It should be similar to his character in Always Be My Maybe, but with Constantine, where he's
just a guy.
No. Where he's the role of, like, he's this very, like, he's the vampire hunter, and he's very suave and dashing. But not that, well, not what Constantine is, that, but, like, that kind of role where he comes in, Guillermo's really into him, and everyone's like, what the fuck?
Nadja and Laszlo, like, yeah, I get it.
Nadja and Laszlo's like, oh, you remind me of the other vampire I met. He's like, oh yeah, no, definitely a relative, because you know that whole conspiracy theory about Keanu Reeves being immortal or whatever.
Please, that didn't even like register. I need him to be on the show. I need it. I need there to be a resurgence to Blade.
Yes, no, there is gonna be. Isn't Mahershala Ali gonna be playing the new Blade?
I didn't know that. I am so behind, like, stupid comic book movies that I didn't even know that was going to happen.
I think that's one of the Marvel projects that I'm like, oh, maybe I will follow the progress.
Perhaps
of
I
this.
shall.
I
will dip my toe.
I do really like the house in What We Do in the Shadows. It's I wanted, like...
The set?
Yeah, the set. That's one of the places where, if I had to choose a set that I could be able to visit, I want to go there because I want to pick up all the little artifacts. And lie down in the rug and in the yard.
It does.
I want
the interior. Excuse me. The interior does feel like the original What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, it does.
Right. It's got the same like.
I do love the
vibe to it.
Dilapidated old mansions.
I think it's just a lot less. taken care of, as
Yes.
opposed to the one that they had in the original What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, it is.
At least the vampires in that one actually did their own chores. I'm not gonna
You're
lie.
expecting the Staten Island vampires of the TV show to do chores?
Listen,
Look
if
at
the
them.
original guys did it, why not, right?
Look at
They
them.
can be assholes while still being somewhat stable.
Give Guillermo, like, a vacation.
Yeah, or a raise.
Or a raise. Yes, exactly. There's so many gay vampires right now. I just want to ask, where are the gay werewolves? Like, I know I'm straying dangerously close to the ABO sun. But, like,
Not even acknowledging the furry side.
well, see, now you've done it for me, but, like, where are the gay
I don't know.
Where are the gay werewolves? Someone needs to get on that.
I do think that it's just not within the like mainstream aesthetic for gay people to be werewolves.
They could have, like, the
If-
grungy cottagecore look now. You know those
No, you-
moth-eaten sweaters?
No, I mean, like, you know how vampires are, like, you know, slick and
Like that.
suave, clean shaven, the kind of, like, sophisticated what they want to do with Peter Narave and the stupid Penumbra fandom. That kind of vibe. That is generally associated with queer people, specifically gay men. So, like, straying from that, like, sensuality to them, and going into the ruggedness of werewolves is not, like, common.
Yeah.
If you have, like, werewolf media that is queer, it is more often coming from queer people themselves.
Yes.
Who are just very, very into the aesthetic of, like, being dirty monsters.
I kind of want, like, a kind of Brimstone Valley Mall where the werewolves are in, like, a rock band or, like, a screamo band.
I don't know. I feel like if it's a werewolf thing, I would very much understand if it was a more, like, isolated profession that they're in, a very niche, isolated, and kind of grungy profession. That's why, like, commonly werewolves are like associated with lumberjacks because they have the open space.
Okay, then if we're gonna do lumberjack, where are my gay lumberjack vampires? So they're werewolves. Gay lumberjack vampires.
Look for lesbian stuff. I generally
I know.
it's
I've seen more WOW-ish werewolf stuff.
Yeah, like Danny has put out some really cool werewolf stuff about, like, sapphics. Generally, it's always the lesbians putting out the werewolf content for queer people.
It's so true. That's so true. I also have, like, there's a book that I'm waiting for to come out called Big Bad Me, which is about, like, a teenage girl werewolf, and it's sapphic, and I'm like, ooh.
There is also, like, a somewhat, like, trans understanding of werewolves. It's always the ones where you have to shapeshift into something else that always has a trans connotation. Mermaids also have that same thing.
Yes.
Is this something we know is... Okay, this is, like, a little story time for everyone else here. Like, Samir, Jeanette, and I used to watch
Oh my gosh.
H2O together.
My context for H2O is... My context for H2 is I did grow up watching it, and I just didn't watch it as a teen. But I did grow up watching it because my mom used to bring back the DVDs.
Yeah, all three of us gathered together back when we were still in the Penumbra fandom and just decided to watch the first season of H2O. And surprise, surprise, one of the premises they have of H2O is that, like, every month, unbeknownst to them, they will go absolute bananas bonkers at the sight of the moon and transform into mermaids. So every month they have to hide from the moon. And I'm just like, why is this just like werewolves? But water? Question mark? What is going on?
Water wolves.
And, yeah, water wolves. They also, like, eventually I dropped the idea of like werewolves and like just started dubbing it as like, oh, this is how they're explaining periods.
No, you know what? That tracks, because I remember when I was younger, when people were talking about H2O, and they're like, oh, I don't get my period, I become a mermaid. I'm like, and as like a small child, or like a younger child, I was like, that's not true, but it's fun to think that you become a mermaid.
Yeah, no, that was one of their major plot lines in the show, is that like every time they see the full moon, they will go absolute bananas bonkers and find any kind of water source and turn into mermaids.
Don't go in the water.
Don't go in the water.
The thing about that show is it's so aggressively Australian. Whenever I see clips of it, I'm like, this is so aggressively Australian. Like, even the accents are just like...
Not once did we ever see a wild animal in it, so I don't know how
You know what? That stereotype is surprisingly not that true, according to my friend. It's less... Well, that's not true, because my friend once found a snake in her toilet.
And not escaping the allegations.
And also, like, at one point, there was a wild horse that lived in her backyard, who would just stick its head
escaping
in her window.
It's like how, like, Australians and Floridians have the same stereotype of there being wild animals.
No, but here's the thing, my mom's been to Florida, she says the stereotypes are true.
So, they're not escaping allegations here. Every time someone says, well, that's not entirely true.
Well, do we have anything else to talk about vampires of New York City?
What aspect of the original What We Do in the Shadows would you have wanted in the new show, and vice versa? Like, what aspect of the new show would you have wanted in the original?
I do really like the little, like, friendship, like, the closer friendships that some of them have in the original. Even though, the parts where they're getting woken up, I really like the montage of them getting woken up, and they're all doing strange things. I would like to see more of Guillermo being like, Nacha? Oh, no? And then what
the one with the weird cat face?
Yes! Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I do also really want to see more of the invisibility thing, like we had in the movie with the ghost guy.
Yeah.
I want to see.
They do
it in the 80s dance episode in Nandor, I think, when Guillermo was fighting one of the vampires. But I want more.
They had a more I'm pretty sure they had like a very, very clear reference to Anne Rice's vampires in the original. Specifically those two kids that were like who were vampires and were like hunting down pedophiles.
Yes.
That was so iconic that I still remember. That was their wink and a nudge to Anne Rice. So I think they should be able to do something about that in the new series.
They should. I would love to see it. Oh,
from the new to the old, what do you want?
Ooh, I really like the idea of the quote unquote famous vampires actually being real vampires, but I want like this, like the B movie vampires. I would like to see them. Like, I would like to see them.
Buffy vampires?
No, I was about to say I want Buffy to show up on What We Do in the Shadows. Or like just have Sarah Michelle Gellar in like a grocery store, and Guillermo's like shopping or something, and she just gives him something. Have I seen you before? She's like, no, I don't think so.
No.
And then like a vampire attack happens or something, and she just stabs it. She's like, wait. She's like, shh.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. I would die. I would love that as a lifelong Buffy enjoyer. I would love that.
I would love a more clever like adaptation of the documentary style that they were doing in the original, because it is like the original was a mockumentary. They were trying for like this is somewhat realistic. That's why there's like not a lot of like cameos. That and because they were an indie thing, so they can really afford it. but in general, it felt like they were like, I don't know, maybe it's just because it wouldn't resonate with a more American audience, because it was a very New Zealandy kind of humor of like,
yes, it is.
you know, this is supposed to be intellectual, but it's actually just really funny because it's not true.
It's a lot drier than the American counterpart.
Yeah, it's absurdist but dry. That kind of vibe.
That's also how I would describe my sense of humor. Absurdist but dry.
I don't think Americans would appreciate that.
No,
that's why they took a turn for the raunchy for some reason. Which I don't hate the raunchiness. It just means I can't watch it around my parents.
There's a lot more
some
gore in the new one than there is in the...
I don't mind the gore. My parents don't mind the gore either. The thing that they mind is just like the amount of cursing and also like sex jokes.
Yeah, my parents are the opposite, because my parents don't like gore, but they don't care about sex jokes.
Yeah, my parents have this perpetual view of me as a child who does not know that sex is a thing that happens to most people. Wait, does Guillermo have siblings?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
They show up in the fourth season. His family shows up in the fourth season.
Before I forget the other question that I have, the thing that I want in the old What We Do in the Shadows that the new one has is queerness and queer comedy, and also just like people of color in general. Like, no offense to Taika. No offense to Taika. I just want more people of color.
I respect that.
Yeah. You know who would be good to be added on What We Do in the Shadows? Who? She was Chidi's girlfriend for like a few...
Are you talking about the girl who plays Death?
Yes.
Kirby Howell-Baptiste, yes.
Yes.
Oh, she'd be great.
She'd be great for What We Do in the Shadows, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
I don't even care if she has to be like a vampire or just some random person who is just like...
No, you know what?
You're all insane! Yes, exactly.
Yes, there we go.
Let her be hot and unhinged.
Yes.
Let her be hot and unhinged in at least one comedy, please. She's always the straight man in every comedy she's in. I need her to be less that and more Nadja-like, you know?
Yes, I get you.
In the Staten Island vampire household, regardless of their age, what is the vibe for each of them, like in a sibling tier? Eldest,
Nandor,
middle,
bunsô,
or youngest? Yeah. I have to put up a form like in the description of this episode of what the terms are. But yes, Nandor, bunsô, for real.
Bunsô. I feel like, or at the same time, he could be the middle child who gets ignored. But
no, that's gonna be Colin Robinson. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
He may be the youngest, but
Nandor, bunsô. I feel like Guillermo's
Nandor, bunsô na naglayas.
Guillermo comes before Colin Robinson, but he's not the eldest, I don't think. I feel like, weirdly, Laszlo is the chaotic kuya of them all. He's like the irresponsible kuya. Yung taga-libre, exactly.
Oh my god.
And then, not just like the second child who actually runs everything. Yeah,
I don't feel like Nadja would be in this household. I'm not gonna lie to you. she's just gonna be like the like your brother's girlfriend who you would hate. You would hate it if they broke up. Like if they broke up with each other, love you would exile your brother.
It means love is dead, basically.
No, it means your brother is not your brother anymore. Actually,
we have chosen her side. You know what?
We have the council has decided, and it has decided you fucked up.
The council has decided it's her or you, and we choose her.
Yeah, and fortunately, Laszlo loves her to death. So
yes, exactly.
Literally loves her to death.
I love
wow,
them so much.
They invented romance. made this joke Tumblr post about, like, Tatsu and Miku from Goku Shufudo and, like, Yor and Lloyd from Spy Family. Najo and Laza are also on this list of, like...
Oh, you know what? That
a
tracks.
certain kind of MF ship that I am absolutely obsessed with.
Do Morticia and Gomez also...
Do they count? I don't know. I feel like because Gomez, like, offers nothing character-wise, I don't think he's part of it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When anyone talks about the Addams family and, like, Morticia and Gomez's, like, dynamic, there is virtually no character to Gomez apart from he has a really quirky younger brother.
And he loves both.
Yes, that is his personality. And at least in the roster of, like, MF ships that I'm sort of obsessed with, men have some kind of weird personality trait to them that makes me somewhat invested.
Then what's the name of Drew Barrymore's husband in Santa Clarita Diet? Oh god.
I don't know. I've never watched. That's another vampire thing, right?
No, it's a zombie thing.
Oh, so it's like them and iZombie are, like, shaking hands. That's
yes. I used to watch iZombie.
Rahul Kohli.
Yeah, I used to watch iZombie.
The way I just paused and go, Rahul Kohli. Rahul Kohli needs to be...
We've paused and sighed so much in this episode about William Jackson Harper. Rahul Kohli.
I know. Rahul Kohli needs to be in What We Do in the Shadows. I feel like.
Oh, I would love that. You can be like the mortician in, like, one of the... I know that's his character in iZombie. I need him to do it again.
Is he a mortician? I'm pretty sure he's just, like... Well, not an undertaker. He's the guy in charge of the morgue, but he doesn't, like, touch them up.
He's like a morgue doctor, or, like, he identifies how they died.
Morgue doctor.
I don't know what the term is. I really like
I'm trying to remember. I've watched so many crime shows. It's I think that was one of the first shows that my parents watched where first American shows my parents watched where the love interest was a guy, because generally they watch way too many K-dramas, and it's a lot more common in Korea to have, like, a quirky female protagonist and some stupid guy that they're kind of into, but, like, they hate each other at the beginning.
Guy you'd kind of be into, to you. Right?
Anyway.
Do we got anything else?
Do we have anything else? I feel like Harvey Guillen should not be in any more side character roles.
Only main
after
character
What We
for
Do
him.
in the Shadows. Only main character. If he's gonna be anything else apart from a main character, he should be the love interest, which he fits perfectly.
Yes.
He should have his own. Isn't it romantic?
Yes.
Movie.
Oh my god.
with Rebel Wilson.
Yes. I know
that
what you're
kind of
about.
thing.
Yes.
Isn't it romantic but queer?
And he can sing.
That kind of thing. Exactly. That's how you know.
It. Come on. You know what? He should have that, and then William Jackson Harper is his love interest.
Specifically William Jackson Harper.
They would be a hot couple. Why lie?
Okay, if he's gonna be the main character to a satirical rom-com, William Jackson Harper would be one of the dudes that he could go for. He'd not be a romantic interest, and more specifically just like a potential bachelor. That kind of vibe. It's giving Bachelorette, but like Harvey Guillen.
Yes. Oh my god, what if he gets sucked into Bachelorette?
Who do you think would be the guy that he was friends with initially, but eventually ends up with? Who would you cast in that role?
Oh.
With Harvey Guillen. It would depend on whether the chemistry would be would be good.
That's true.
Matt Berry. Matt Berry, no.
No, I
Oh,
want
man.
Matt Berry to be like his ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I
okay,
feel like
fair.
he could play this smarmy, kind of like stuck-up ex-boyfriend really well. Manny Jacinto. He's got that boy next door look.
He does, but like, would he be playing into?
No, but like
The-
normal, not the Jason Manny Jacinto, like
Yeah.
the normal Manny Jacinto.
So what would be the personality type?
I
We
feel
are
like
writing fanfiction right now.
I feel like he's the kind of either mechanic or like really the guy who runs like a convenience store or something, and he never really wanted to move out of town, or maybe like Harvey Guillen is like the one who comes back to town. He's like, oh,
like a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Oh, I appreciate
see?
the vibe.
See,
It's October. It's the Burr months. It's
Yeah.
Christmas season.
it's Christmas here technically.
Yes, it's Christmas season up until January the 8th. Come on,
Yes,
get with the program.
But yes, I feel like he could definitely play like the young, like, oh my god, I had a crush on you in high school, and then I just never approached you about it. And he's like, oh yeah, really, I had a crush on you too, and you're like, what?
Are you Why would you tell me?
Yes,
Every queer
yes,
person has had this
exactly.
experience. No, that is so bad. Oh my god!
Exactly.
I remember
They
this
would
one
play
reel.
it so well.
My question was, do you know Erika Ishii, right?
Yes.
She's
Yes.
in D20.
Yes.
I saw an interview of her recently where she was like talking about her ex, who she is friends with currently.
Mm-hmm.
This already is very, very queer, but she's pretty much just friends with her ex, and they were out somewhere, and her ex was like interested in someone, and was too shy to approach. So they were like, "Hey, could you talk to her for me? Like, just gas me up or something."
Oh my god.
So she approached this person that her ex had a crush on, and it became very, very clear that they were interested in her
Oh, I
And
need
not-
that. I would like to see it.
and not the ex. And everyone was just like, "Oh my god." And then she's like, "No, it's fine. I'm playing at their wedding." It's so funny though.
It's so funny. I love it. Oh my god.
The interviewer was like, sometimes it's not love at first sight. Sometimes it's love at...
I would love to watch like a dramatization of that. I would eat
I
that
think
up.
it's just a very queer experience of like, first being friends with your ex, and secondly, just like being with someone that your ex is into, but eventually the two of them ending up together. I think
pool
it's
is
just a very
small.
queer thing.
The pool is small in certain areas.
There are many fish in the sea, but we are very far apart from each other. We are in different aquariums, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Sometimes you just pass the people around.
Now I really want Erika Ishii to also be in this hypothetical Harvey Guillen
Rom-com?
movie. Yes.
this hypothetical holiday rom-com where Harvey
Yes.
Guillen somehow ends up with Manny Jacinto. William Jackson Harper is there. Who else? Rahul Kohli? Question.
We could. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Are we involving the cast of What We Do in the Shadows?
Ooh.
Matt Berry is there. You said Matt Berry's his
Matt
ex,
Berry
who
is
is
the ex.
He's the dingbat ex who Harvey Guillen is now attending the wedding of.
Yes. 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 You connected the dots.
And he reconnects with his childhood friend Manny Jacinto.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to those wedding alone. Do you mind? Like, I know we're cool. You know, you mind coming with me as like my date?"
Oh my god. We've connected the
We've
dots.
connected the dots. Oh my god! Now I really badly want to see this movie.
Somehow we always end up like making our own fan cast for a thing
we
that will
pitch-
never happen.
We pitched so many projects on this podcast.
You know what? We're allowed to. We're creative, okay?
Yeah, I do really want to see that rom-com. Someone get on it.
All right. Come on.
SJ will write, come on. And I would like the song from We Were Chill to be in the movie. He's gone from guy you gotta be.
Is Caven going to be one of the love interests? Well, I'm thinking about it.
No, I don't think so.
Nandor.
We don't need him right now.
we don't need it.
Put him down.
He really soured in your opinion after the 4th season, huh?
Yeah, no. I was endeared to Nandor in like the first 3, and then the 4th happened. I was like, you're kind of an asshole, but it's kind of teetering into the not fun kind of asshole. Where I just want to punch you in the face rather than lovingly, gently giving you like a love tap. This would be a full punch. He's still iconic.
Are you changing your shark's name now?
I might have to. I don't know what it would be though.
For context, Gab has a Blahaj plushie. Blowhigh?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have no idea how anything is pronounced. But yes, Gab has the shark plushie used to be named Nandor the Great White.
Now I have to find names.
Yes.
Because I also have an
put up
bear.
another poll in
in the
playground Discord server.
I will. I have a Gosig, I think that's how you say it. I have a Gosig Golden Retriever plushie named Bill and a Dunsel Cog named Ted. So, do we have any idea about what's coming next?
Not at all. I'm not. You know, we may just have to do Tokyo Godfathers, honestly.
Or Four Sisters, it depends. We'll see. We'll let you know. We'll give you a little cheeky update on the feeds.
If you'll find out when it comes out anyways.
There's
it's not that stressful.
There's a lot of media we both like. We have a long list. We just don't know what goes first, what goes after. And on
That's
that
about
note,
it, yeah.
SJ, say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh, the name of your fanfic? No.
No. I swear to God.
And that's how we'll end this episode, with SJ threatening me once again. Oh, and by the way, if anyone would like to guess who is Crowley in Aziraphale, Crowley in Aziraphale, please feel free.
Also help Gab name
the shark.
The plushie. Yeah, name the shark.
I don't want to call
him
Nandor.
Not Jump the Shark anymore.
Aww.
If you're still gonna be calling him Nandor, you will jump the shark, but like in a way, you know, just
in a way, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. What you just heard was a talk from the Secret Treehouse. Those were your hosts, SJ and Gab, and this was a production by The Playground. If you like that, please consider supporting us through the links found in the show notes. If you support us for as low as $6 on Ko-fi, you can get the whole uncut version of this episode. And if you want your name at the end of the episode, like at this moment here, you can support us for $10. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope we can get to hang out again.